we go again. And just, I'm concerned. This is gonna fucking anger me.
Director Faden here. Dispatch a ranger to this location.
Let's do this!
What the fuck? Oh, weird. I can fucking get my TV like screen burn or something like that too. I swear I didn't have the fucking title screen up for that long, but I can still see the word control on my screen. I don't think you can see it on stream. No, I can't at all. How the fuck did I screen burn my TV after like 2 minutes? But I can't see it here, but I can see it in the game? What the fuck? But I don't see it here. Yeah, it's not there. But when I go into the game, I can see the fucking, I can see the word control. Okay, I think it's gone. Yeah, it's gone. That was really weird. That was bizarre, huh? Yeah, here we go again, all the way. I was like, what the fuck was happening, huh? She's like manually opening these deep pockets, isn't she? Ow. I just heard the sound of the Ecto 1. I don't know how. I saw people saying like, make sure you take over the snipers. I tried to do that last time, and there was no option to ban or whatever whatever the ability is called. I didn't have the option to do it on snipers.
This is the director. I need a ranger at this location immediately.
I don't know what the fuck they're chatting about. I burned my eyes, huh? Oh, probably. Hello? Oh, is it like... Is that what it is? You have like access to different levels of enemies at higher levels or something like that? Okay. What the fuck? Where'd you go? What the? Huh? Hacks! Oh, dead already. Oh, for fuck's sake. No. Oh. gonna try and lure onto these, like, bridges, right? Martha, you can go. So now she's gonna get at one of these other wee fucking doors or whatever. She like runs these doors and like opens the different enemies up, right? Oh, oh, oh. Oh, oh. Jesus Christ, where did the fucking enemies come from? Oh, they come from the one of the doors behind me. Ball. God's sake, another one. It's just too much, man. It's just too much. Huh. Oi! Fucking hell. How'd the enemy get in here? Jesus Christ. Fuck me, man. There's so much. Jesus Christ. Fucking hell. Oh, so fucking... Oh, it's fucking awful. Oh. Oh, this sucks.
This is the director. I need a ranger at this location immediately.
Enemies start phasing through the fucking doors and spawning in the room and it's like... Oh. I realized I also partially opened that one, my bad. The fucking sniper is the bloody worst part of this, honestly. Oh. Go away, man. Oh. You get fucking just 2 taps by them, they take like 15 shots to kill. Oh. Take my abilities. It's what's it called? Seize, right? Seize, there we go. Yeah, there it is, right. Seize large enemies. That could be really helpful, actually. Do we reset our abilities? I'm getting up in their faces and fucking bashing the fuck out of them too, like, but there's just so much you have to be aware of as well. We're gonna reset our abilities. Yeah, we're gonna reset. We're gonna go again. Give me all the health. Give all them. Okay, 49 left. Exactly. Yeah, no, you're right. Yep. So we're gonna go through C's here. Sure, yep. And we're gonna get C's large enemies as well. Okay, there we go. We want our energy back up. We're run a bit low, like, but we're still okay. Melee, fuck, we don't care. Launch, yes. Launch we also want. Flight duration, I can do without it. Shield, don't care. Launch grenades and rockets back at the enemy. Fucking yes, give me that. Okay. Right. Yes. Okay. We ain't resetting it again. We don't have the points anymore. I think this is better for the way I play anyway. I like this. I like C's. I like the launching. I don't care for the melee. The flying duration being down, we'll see how that affects us, but and seizing the snipers. And we can seize her grenade now as well. Get out of there. Oh! That fucking launcher off the edge there. God's sake. Hate these fucking ghosts, eh? Oh! Where'd the sniper go? They died? Yeah. Ah, bastard. Okay. Ah, for fucks. Fucking pull up the wall. Pull up the wall. Fuck me. Ow. Try to pull the wall back up and the wall's just like, no, I don't think so. Ah. Fucking hell, huh? It's a fucking cacophony of red, huh? I want to go back across the bridge here. Ball! That's one of my guys who did. My man, no! Uh-oh. Ugh. Jesus Christ, son. Ah. Go, lads, go! This is just fucking insane, huh? Ugh. Fuck you. I got one too. Is this health? Is this a fucking... It is health, okay. Fucking multi-grenade push. Got it. Got it again, huh? Ah, fuck you, Marshall. Arsehole, huh? Let's go, huh?
Is correct. That explains why the board wasn't answering what's causing the quakes.
Let's go.
Marshall came down here to stop this. I should have been with her. I could have saved her.
I don't care, you're corrupted. Fuck
but
you.
I can still save everyone else.
Jesus, that was fucking hard, huh? We are cleansed, liberated, / hallelujah. The foundation is stable, / beaten, / a-okay. Hope you'll improve your attitude / loyalty.
Well, fuck you too.
Huh.
Oh, I'll be sure to.
Let's play it smart. They don't need to know I'm onto them. Not yet, anyway.
Oof. Fuck me, that was hard. Alright, back we go. We did it, folks. Which way do we come in? This way? No. That's just one of the pockets. I see there, but I think it's blocked off now. Sheesh. Probably want some of these better, like higher level modules. So let me. Bloop. Get rid of some of these small ones. Oh, there's a barrier over here, wasn't there? I wonder if that's gone now. Yeah, I remember hiding in here at one point. I wonder how long I can actually fly for now. You sure as shit ain't low? Oh, fucking hell. It sure as shit isn't long now, because I'd remove like every point in flight duration. I see you there. Uh-oh, uh-oh. Uh-oh.
The nail is secure. The hiss can't touch it. I can't undo the astral bleeding in the foundation, but at least it's stopped.
Along with the seismic activity. You did it, Jesse.
Pope with her fucking slack jaw.
Did you ever find Marshall?
I did. She's gone.
Rib.
She died thinking she'd save the Bureau. Not a bad way to go. I wasn't ready for this crisis.
Fuck,
I
that was
didn't
hard.
see it coming. But I promise I'll be ready for the next one. I mean, what good is a director who can't hold her bureau together?
The Foundation. That was fucking. That was brutal, huh? There was a moment in that successful run there was like, fuck, we were close there for a bit. The run was about to end.
I thought I know how to handle things now that I'm the director. Clearly, it's not that simple.
Cool area though.
I need to choose a direction for the Bureau. It should be one that serves our goals, not the board's. Whatever those are. I need to lead my way.
A dark place. Is that our start of DLC 2? Sounds like it. It's just called the AW, or it's just AWE, right? Yeah. Yep. Let's go. Okay, I'm gonna change the title. Starting AWE. All right. Investigate the sector elevator. I've got some points. I'll put it back into probably the levitation speed. Levitation duration. Sorry. Yep. Okay. Where the fuck are we going here now? Let's go. We off. All right.
Director.
Yes. Sector elevator. Oh.
Darkness engulfed the elevator.
Oh.
There was something there, reaching for her, trying to make her act. It was a distress call. Faden sensed a drowning man, a hunger in the dark. Investigation sector.
Investigation sector, huh? We should check this out.
It's the boy. Collectibles. We got like hotline with Alan Wake now, I guess. That would mean he's dead, right?
Darkness engulfed the elevator. There was something there. A presence. Jesse Faden could hear it. A call. It was faint.
It's the most clear any of these hotline things have been.
Place. Faden was sensitive to visitations. She had them all the time. From her guiding star and the previous director. She was the perfect receiver. As if she'd been made for this. Faden paused to feel it. The force at play here. It was changing things around her, subtle. Trying to make her act. Faden didn't like that. Her guide felt it too. Polaris didn't flare up in defense as with the hiss. So it wasn't all bad.
It's very
A
fun.
hostile transmission.
It is very different, isn't it?
It
Yeah.
was coming from far away. And made weak because of the distance. It was a distress call. Faden sensed a drowning man. A man desperate to escape. She sensed something else too. A hunger in the dark. Not unlike the hostile resonance. Waiting. She knew that desperate acts can have grim consequences. It was this, more than the man's despair, that made her follow the call. The elevator lights winked back on. The darkness receded like a memory. There was a new button on the elevator control panel. Investigation sector.
New button.
Faden pressed the button. The elevator doors slid shut with practiced bravado.
I remember my biggest like hang-ups with the first Alan Wake, and I know it's kind of the point, is that you're not really sure what is like real and kind of what's in Alan's head and things like that. But I think that stopped me like acknowledging that the supernatural was going on. Like I wasn't really sure what was actually happening, what was thinking. And again, I know it's the point of the game, but just for myself, I'm glad that Control is very much like, oh, it's in this fucking weird world. It's like one aspect of the weird shit's going on. So I'm very curious to see what Alan Wake will do. Investigation sector. Here we go. Yeah, I'm looking forward to getting the Alan Wake 2. I don't think it'll be immediately after this. Now that I think about it, we'll probably take a break for something else, but I'm looking forward to getting to Alan Wake 2 for sure. Explore the investigation section.
Hello? Anyone here?
Guess not.
Missing agents. Mr. Kirk. If there's any names that are relating to Alan Wake 1, I'm probably not going to remember them. Mr. Kirkland from 2017. Here are the latest agents confirmed missing, presumed dead from the containment breach yesterday. Jonathan Connor, researcher Ezra Crew, Agent Caroline Dempsey, Lindsay Malcolm, Charles Murray, Derek Shah. Letters of condolence will be delivered to you to sign prior to sending them to their families. You will be updated as soon as additional confirmations are made. Also, per your request, a network engineer checked how many cases were backed up digitally. Unfortunately, a large number of active investigations were not archived yet, and the only hard copies of reports exist behind the firebreak. They're lost, I'm afraid.
Seems a lot more crowded than the rest of the Bureau.
Lots of documents here. Get the fucking Foundation Hess nodes away. No! Get off my screen. Fuck, what was it? It was like... Bastards, the fucking thing was on my screen. It was something with Darling. Yeah, it might have been this, the Darling investigation. Mr. Kirkland, okay, this is probably it, yeah. Compiled by Tim Spalder, Special Agent, by order of William Kirkland, Head of Investigation. I'm going to assume this is what it was. Official findings report regarding Dr. Casper Darling, internal confidential summary. Per authorization from Mr. Kirkland, internal investigation DO845 was launched into the ethical practices of Dr. Casper Darling, Head of Research. Despite the accounts of anonymous something regarding inhumane treatment of a group currently housed in the Bureau, our official findings regarding this were inconclusive. Numerous obstacles arose during this investigation. The majority of sector personnel seemed to be wholly unaware of any such proof contained there. One confirmed the code name to be this, but all files pertaining to that name are inaccessible, being classified under the highest clearance level. Investigators were similarly blocked from entering the Bloom Research Wing to interview its staff. The matter was further complicated by the lack of clarity on whether non-human paranatural entities warrant humane treatment. While this investigation cannot address any charges against Dr. Darling, we do recommend an investigation into something research. Another one. Casey inquiry. To R. Dennis from Dr. D. Gleason, possible lead on the Wake case. Here we go. Mr. Dennis, a request came through recently from an FBI agent asking for all our files on Bright Falls, specifically on the disappearance of the author Alan Wake. This is very cool. Per the Interagency Information Exchange Agreement, I had some paper pushers gather up a folder of all the pre-approved files. Don't worry, all the inappropriate material is either missing or redacted. But I'm writing to let you know that we received this request from a special agent named Alex Casey. Sound familiar, right? That's because Alex Casey is the name of the fictional detective in those hard-boiled crime books Alan Wake wrote. Oh, interesting. Pretty interesting that an FBI agent sharing a name with the most famous character Wake wrote is looking into a case dealing with a writer's fiction coming true. I think this is worth looking into, but what's your opinion? Just give the word and I'll start surveillance on this guy. Special Investigator Gleason. Oh. Yeah, that was the whole thing too. I was like, Alan's stories coming to, like, were like, yeah, kind of made reality, but like, I'm gonna say, I struggled to follow a bit of Alan Wake's story, so we'll definitely have to do like a Wikipedia summary recap before Alan Wake 2. Got lots of shit here. Tractor supplement. ID Burrow Tractor AI82KE. I do remember there was a fucking possessed tractor in the game. Scene not acquired. Burrow Tractor. Supplemental materials. Miscommunication led to a local coroner examining the body of William Burrow. Male Caucasian. Summary. A 33-year-old man found dead on his property per police report. Remains obtained for coroner's office also include blood, urine, bile, stomach contents, and bone fragments. Blunt force injuries to the head, lacerations to left ear and cheek, blunt force injuries to the extremities, dislocation of the right knee, complete avulsion of the upper right extremity with associated fracture of the proximal right humerus, extensive trauma to the abdominal region, complete avulsion of multiple organs including stomach, heart, liver, pancreas, kidneys, and portions of the large and small intestines, all missing from the scene. Conclusion: it is my opinion that Mr. Burrow's death is not the result of a mechanical accident as claimed by authorities. The removal of organs is consistent with animal attack. Wasn't there like a tractor in Alan Wake? I remember getting chased outside like a barn or something like that. Resignation letter. Something of 2019. Yeah. To whom it may concern, it is with great anger and regret that I tender my resignation as head of investigations for the Federal Bureau of Control. I do this in protest of the rampant disregard for my department's safety, I guess. My staff cannot continue to work in these conditions. Previous requests and warnings have fallen on deaf ears, so I must now rely on my actions to speak louder than my words ever could. I blame this situation on our who has routinely ignored my requests for assistance in reclaiming the parts of the investigation sector lost to the blank loose inside. I will never forget the screams of brave agents begging for us to open that firebreak. I will carry that shame for the rest of my days. The blank has failed his agents. I shall never forgive him for that. Sincerely, William Kirkland. The little ghosty boys in Alan Wake. Did we ever find out what they were? Were they like manifestations from the stories, or I'm trying to remember what the fucking they actually were? Basically, like, are we going to see them now? Is what I'm wondering. Like the shadow people. Yeah, there was like the shadow people, right? Wasn't there not? Like the major kind of enemies in Alan Wake that you have to like shine your torch on and stuff like that. Mr. Dennis. So yes, there's an increase in AWE cases, and yes, it would be a good idea to put together a special task force to examine exactly why that is. However, it seems that a tiny little detail has slipped through the cracks. We don't have the damn staff. If you expect us to detect, investigate, and process more AWE cases, you need to give us more people. It's simple math. Between the staff we lost in the Hartman thing and the ones who left for other departments after Kirkland quit, we're barely managing to keep up with the workload. Hell, just filing the paperwork for all the altered items we left behind in the sector has been an ordeal. Another thing, and this is going to sound paradoxical, but we have an overcrowding situation. The lobby isn't meant to accommodate a whole sector's worth of staff. We put forward a motion to move investigations to a more suitable location months ago. It better not be sitting on your desk. The people are getting restless, and as Kirkland's interim replacement, it's your job to handle it. Best regards, Agent Grayson. They were humans possessed by the darkness. Right, okay. It's been a while. So.
It's not working. Probably a loose power core somewhere.
Get a wee scope. Oh, not one there. Cauldron Lake update. Alright, this is where they had their fucking wee house right there, like wee shack. To Chief Investigator Dennis, it happened again, third time this year. Something certainly has it out for our boop. Could be raccoons. The locals certainly complain about them enough, but why the hell would raccoons keep going after a monitoring station? Doesn't add up. Anyway, I've got a bureau tech going to the site next week to take a look. Next on the list of recurring problems is the staff at the Lake House Research Station. How am I supposed to effectively keep an eye on Cauldron Lake, I guess, if they won't let me see any data? Hell, I don't even know what they're researching out there. We need to position them again to share their info with investigations agents. It's only a matter of time before this thing hits again, and I want to be prepared. Anyway, if anyone at HQ asks why the Bright Falls report is a little thin this month, tell them it's because we couldn't take any readings. In the meantime, I might invest in some raccoon traps. Sincerely, Agent Estevez. Find your personal favorite hottie in Hades 2? What's the name, at least? I'm like the main girl, very pretty, huh? The new protagonist. Nemesis also very good. I remember like in the stuff we before the game when it was first revealed, Nemesis was one of the first designs. I'm like, oh. Compiled or redacted by order of William Kirkland, head of investigations, before he quits then. Official findings report regarding blah blah blah. Summary, per authorization from Mr. Kirkland, something was launched into the something of director Zachariah Trench. A recent change in something witnessed in director Trench, including aggressive blank when blank with other staff, has been observed. However, this investigation is aimed at interpreting this issue rather than proving it. Notable something between Director Trench and Dr. Darling has been witnessed by numerous Bureau staff. Although both declined to meet for an interview on the matter, witness accounts suggest their arguments center around the Dimensional Research Wing and the something kept inside. However, no evidence exists to confirm Director Trench's something as anything more than interpersonal disagreements. This investigation has concluded that Director Trench's behaviour is not indicative of any blank, and that his fitness to lead is not in question. 30 file blank for report. God, there's a lot of documents. Trench official warning? Oh, it's from Trench. Kirkland, I am growing tired of your blatant attempts to lay your incompetence at my doorstep. I know you want this to be true, but you're head of investigations. This failure is your responsibility. What did you think would happen holding a dangerous specimen in investigations? Oh shit, what was down here? The containment sector exists for a reason. They are better trained and better equipped for this type of work. In fact, they have admirably taken on certain AWE monitoring responsibilities that your staff are no longer capable of. This happens more and more now. I like that fucking fridge. And you don't think your petty internal investigations have gone past my notice. You're a worm. Everything I've done has been for the benefit of the Bureau. The Prime Candidate program only failed because of Darling. You're both failures plotting against me. You're traitors, but the truth will emerge out of you. You're choosing to become my enemy, Kirkland. You don't want to be. Zachariah Trench, Director of the Federal Bureau of Control. Compiled by Agent Lisa Keenum, external investigator by order of Kirkland. Underhill background. Regarding Dr. Rhea Underhill. Summary. Dr. Rhea Underhill is a professor at the University of Woodrow in the United Kingdom. Oh, British. Where she teaches biology with a focus on botany. Dr. Underhill once worked with the Bureau as a parabotanist stationed in the research sector of the oldest house. She served with no incidents or demerits and is praised by those who formerly worked with her, including Dr. Darling. Dr. Underhill has no known connections to paracriminal organizations or any record of breaching her NDA since leaving the Bureau. Her civilian behavior has been ideal, with the exception of an ongoing personal relationship with Dr. Darling that appears to have begun during their time as co-workers in the research sector and revisited intermittently ever since. Depending on the duration of her work in the oldest house, it may be required to have both parties sign a relationship clearance form. This investigation has found no compelling reason to deny Dr. Darling's request to offer Dr. Underhill an interim position with the aim of finding a solution to the mold threshold issue. That sounds like something from Resident Evil 7. There's rumors we're going to get a new Resident Evil announcement soon as well. I'm like, fucking sign me up. Keystone inspection. Mr. Kirkland, we stopped at Keystone on our way to the target AWE like you asked. I'm sending my report directly to you to try and keep a lid on this Grumman Morales desertion issue. Who's Morales? We didn't find any sign of them here. Given their records, it is possible they've switched teams like you suspected, but I don't think that's the case. An event definitely occurred here in Keystone, and I think Grumman and Morales got caught up in it. The entire population has vanished into thin air. Reminds me of the ordinary case, but that was just the adults if I'm remembering the file correctly. This is different. I think our guys are casualties, not traitors. If it was an AWE, it seems to be over. We walked through the whole town, and the only strange thing we noticed were markings on various buildings. 2 overlapping circles with a dot in the shared space. Could be unrelated. I'll show you pictures when I get back. In the meantime, you should send a team out here to cordon this place off and maybe get the comms guys working on a cover story. Sincerely, Agent Keenum. Dr. Underhill is a quest giver in this game that enables you to go to the moldy areas without taking damage, but the quests are pretty bland. Oh, I see. Gotcha. So you can meet her then. Okay. I'm gonna meet them, I guess. Ethics investigation from Patricia Lewis, Special Agent to Kirkland. Official findings report regarding the Prime Candidate program. Per authorization from Mr. Kirkland, internal investigation P1429 was launched into the legality of the Prime Candidate program something by the Federal Bureau of Control. Since all known subjects relevant to the investigation used executive privilege to decline interviews, very little first-hand information was gathered. However, anonymous sources and documentation declassified by Mr. Kirkland both paint an alarmingly clear picture of systematic blank and blank were brought into the oldest house and placed under blank examination and testing with the aim of appointing one as director upon maturity. Oof. Yep, that's us. This program has produced no successful cases and only resulted in the traumatic blank of paranaturally inclined children, I guess. Not only is this in breach of the Ash Act, but it flies in the face of basic human decency and morality. This investigation team unequivocally damns, whatever, I don't know. The Prime Candidate program recommends that it be ceased immediately. I'm trying to fill in the things in my head. Shuttered immediately, I guess, I don't know. Tractor procedure. This fucking tractor again. Hey, the Bureau Tractor AI82KE. It is not in the Bureau custody. None known. Frank Elk Tractor, olive green, dried blood on the grill when last seen. Item is capable of vocalized responses or growls and unmanned locomotion. Considered highly aggressive and dangerous. I bet that's fucking tractor fan way. Okay. The item first came to the Bureau's attention after the death of William Burrow, owner of Burrow Farm outside of Trenton, Texas. Local authorities arrived on scene after an employee found the mutilated body of Mr. Burrow beneath his tractor. Police arrived but were immediately driven away by the tractor. Panicked calls to federal authorities were intercepted by Bureau communications staff. A team was dispatched. Upon arrival, the agents approached the item. It responded by growling like a bear. 3 agents were injured when they tried to detain the item, which escaped. Aerial searches for the item are ongoing. It's a funny mental image. Speaking to Mrs. Burrow only revealed that she had a domestic altercation with Mr. Burrow earlier the night of the incident. Whether these events are connected is currently unknown. Oh, here we go. We need the power block for there. When you say the fucking tractor growled like a bear, are we talking the animal or? Don't know if we need those 2 plugged in there, but I guess we'll see what happens if it's just one.
There. Now that gate should open.
I'm coming in. Specimen escape assessment. Hi. Official findings report regarding incident A49. The purpose of internal investigation X0397 is to examine the containment failure of specimen SI1 that resulted in the deaths of something agents. An inspection report of the containment equipment 3 days earlier showed no faults. Investigators suspect human error to be the cause, yet no department has provided any evidence to support this. Technicians were able to recover the researchers' notes on the specimen from the internal network. On the something, the specimen began displaying a sharp increase in aggressive behavior, I guess. Cross-referencing the date with various logs found only 2 events inconsistent with the sector's daily routine. The air filters were changed, and an hour prior to the incident, a civilian named Alice something entered the sector regarding an unrelated investigation. Given their connection to the same AWE case, it is likely that Mrs. Something's presence is relevant to the specimen's escape and to the Something investigations ongoing. Do we know an Alice?
I'm no detective, but something definitely happened here.
I get the document before we go to the motel. Blessed organization. Compiled by Agent Tim Spalder for Remy Dennis, Chief Investigator. Paracriminal profile, the Blessed Organization. This group individual has operated outside of the Bureau's notice for decades, perhaps longer, displaying a level of skill and caution rarely seen in paracriminal groups. A review of past cases has found various mentions of their activity over the years. In 2016, a production company called Blessed Pictures was connected to an altered item case, as well as the death of an agent from exposure to illicit paranatural materials. In 1994, a Los Angeles-based public speaker named Chester Bless was involved in the illegal use of an altered item. In 1988, a business called Blessed Repair and Service was suspected of involvement with an object of power case, perhaps even creating it. None of these businesses or individuals has ever been located. However, their connection to appearances of altered items and objects of power is too direct to be considered circumstantial. An arrest order has been issued for any persons believed to be involved with the Blessed organization. Reminds me of some of the early Assassin's Creed stuff where you're seeing like people being associated with Pieces of Eden. 1, 2, 3.
Do we know each other?
Oh,
I feel...
Alan.
This feels familiar. I can't seem to... I've forgotten. I'm sorry. My name is Alan Wake. Who are you? Who are you? Do I know you?
I'm your friend Tom.
Thomas
Tom
Zane,
Zane.
right?
There's nothing to worry about.
Tom. The poet. The diver. You look different.
That was just a role, a character.
The facial capture in Alan Wake already looks so much better.
I played in my old film.
Oh, Alice
I'm a
Wake.
filmmaker.
Okay.
An old terror like yourself.
I didn't remember Alan's
Working
wife's
on this
name.
together, remember? An artistic collaboration. You need a drink.
Nice Springs.
Yippish.
Endless darkness. Nothing holds still.
We're very close now. You've been riding. You found a way to escape. It'll work this time.
Riding?
You found a way!
No. I don't... Wait. There's something. It's my double. He's out there. I've seen
Yeah.
it.
Nothing to worry about. I'm dealing with it. It's fine, my friend. Let me handle him.
You've met him? What the hell?
Now, come on. You misunderstand me.
This is our Alan Wake 2 prequel. Huh? Jesse's like, what the fuck? Jesse didn't play Alan Wake, huh? A bit confused.
That was Alan Wake, the writer who went missing in that AWE case I read about. What's he doing here?
Too far out.
Thomas Zane?
I also played Alan Wake, and I was confused by it as
The
well.
poet.
Just sorry.
No, wait. He was a filmmaker. I always remember that wrong.
Oh. Turn it all off. Oh. That's an Alan Wake sound effect, isn't it? That sound played in my brain was like, this is a sound you've heard a while ago. That's definitely a soundbite from Alan Wake, I think.
Dr. Emil Hartman,
Uh-oh.
devoured by hungry darkness, became the thing that had been Hartman. Broke loose, killed everyone it could. Lurking, roaming, waiting. Then something else came. A resonance. The thing that had been Hartman went through another change.
Hartman's final act.
Dr. Emil Hartman was desperate. The Federal Bureau of Control had stolen his life's work.
Oh.
This was his last chance, his final experiment. What he'd been too scared to do before. Hartman dove into the lake, was taken, devoured by hungry darkness, became the thing that had been Hartman. Only an echo of him remained, fragmented impulses on autoplay, violent, bloodthirsty darkness in the driver's seat. Emerging from the lake, the thing was captured by the FBC.
Oh, that's the thing they were holding. Okay,
Detained,
right.
Studied.
Gotcha.
The thing broke loose, killed everyone it could. The FBC fell back and sealed the sector. The thing was alone in the dark.
Oh, shit.
Lurking, roaming, waiting. Then something else came. Not darkness, but similar enough.
The hiss?
A sound.
Yep.
A resonance. It shouldn't be a surprise. If there's one, why not another? The darkness inside the thing could have been immune, could have resisted, fought, could have been passed by, passed through with no effect. But it didn't, and it wasn't. Maybe it had grown weaker over time, not aged. It was timeless, but weaker with no link to its source. A metamorphosis followed. The thing that had been Hartman went through another change.
Shit. So we're taking the shit from Alan Wake and the shit from Control, and we're like, bleh. Playing with our toys here, having a bit of fun. Alright. It is very Resident Evil, yeah, you're not wrong. Jesus. Size of the map. I love me a good experiment gone wrong, a big thing being like corrupted. Oh. Uh-oh. Can I make that? Bloop, bloop, bloop. Like sputtering like damaged Iron Man armor.
Be
Investigation sector.
Abandoned. Why did Wake want me to come here?
In Alan Wake, was the horrible thing A, horrible thing B, and switching together? Oh, yeah, very much so. Was it the lake itself in Alan Wake that was like the darkness, or something more to do with the town? I haven't done my plot refresh yet because we haven't gone in the Alan Wake 2, so I'll be more. I'll remember more things when we read before going to Alan Wake 2. What the fuck? Because I wasn't prepared, I guess, and I'm like, I'm trying to remember some things. There was like something in the lake, right? That's why there's a whole thing here about your guy diving into the lake.
That doesn't look
What
like
the
a house
fuck?
shift.
Oh dear.
Do I even want to know?
Like a gateway to the dark place, right? Yeah, I was kind of left like ambiguous. Yeah, I guess we're just heading up to the central section there. Oh. Ooh. Get that note before we leave. I think I want the normal one back, right? Grip.
Of course, the Hiss are already in here.
Hartman arrest. Official case arrest report. Officer Emil Hartman. Victims' names: Alan Wake, Tor Anderson, Odin Anderson, Rudolph Lane, Wendy Desolé, Thomas Emerson. Officer Special Agent Remy Denis. Kidnapping of altered individuals. Sanctions against altered organizations. Obstruction of Bureau investigation. Breaching the Ash Act. Offender's property seized as evidence to be used in conjunction with an ongoing AW investigation. Offender's personal effects have been sent to research for analysis. After being cleared by Bureau researchers, all victims have been released. Biannual surveillance orders were assigned to each, except the Anderson brothers due to their senility and Wake possibly deceased.
Whoa.
What the fuck?
Looks like the house has gotten a little wild in here.
Guess we had to do the service tunnel.
This darkness is blocking the door. So now I have to deal with an interdimensional noise and sentient shadows.
It's fucking back.
Light burns it away, huh? Makes sense.
Goddamn darkness, huh? Ah, the hell? Poison gas. Don't know how much I'm going to need this, but I'm going to take it up for as long as I can. Oh. Well. Ah, there's Hartman. Or the thing that was Hartman. Can't open this up now.
The third thing.
Oh.
The sound
Ow.
made darker, the darkness made louder. Hartman was stretched, like a worm through time. The third thing was a monster. Now we crashed out of darkness toward Phaeton.
Don't say that. No, no, no. Damn it, Alan. Don't say that. The third thing.
The resonance carves its way through the thing that had been Hartman, vibrating, remolding. The sound changes the darkness, and the darkness changes the sound. They both changed what remained of Hartman. They all turned into something else. A third thing. The sound made darker. The darkness made louder. Hartman was stretched. Stretched as anyone when seen from out of time, like a worm through time. Almost an Ouroboros, a spiral, a maelstrom. The gravity well of a black hole, twisting inward, tightening, taking you deeper and deeper to the bottom, the heart, and through to the other side. The third thing said, when you hear this, you will know you're a new you. He said, we build you till nothing remains. He said, under the conceptual reality, behind this reality, you must want these waves to drag you away. He said, baby, 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 yeah, orange peel. The third thing was a monster.
We just heard Hartman say.
He'd tear apart any ordinary person crossing his path. Now we crashed out of darkness toward Phaeton. There was nothing ordinary about Phaeton.
Except where she came from. But that's with the capital O. Burn away. Oh. Documents. Eagle Limited Summary. AWE 44, Bloomington, Illinois. A train derailment resulting in 62 casualties and numerous injuries was suspected to have been the work of a power criminal group known as something. As a result of this event, the agents discovered that one of the cars had become altered with a persistent auditory event. It remains to be determined whether the AWE was spontaneous or the direct result of the sabotage. The Bureau has been tracking said group at the time, and the intel gathered suggested an event of this caliber was imminent in Bloomington. As a result, a response team on site was able to respond to the train accident site within minutes of its occurrence. They arrived to find emergency processes underway, but also equipment left behind by the suspected group. A suspicious onlooker managed to elude agents after they attempted to make contact. Further investigation of the accident site revealed a curiously undamaged train car that exhibited an altered state when entered. This individual car was secured and transported to the investigation sector for further studies. The Shadow. Ezra Cruz, investigative researcher for William Kirkland. Examination of paranatural entities, the Shadow. Paranatural entity A010, the Shadow, is an aggressive something consisting of 3 known types. Type A, localized manifestations of sentient darkness, I guess, capable of occupying organic and inorganic material, as well as exerting something over its surroundings. Type B, shaded individuals. This is all the Alan Wake enemies. Human bodies possessed by the Shadow. These individuals become notably more aggressive, but do seem to retain memories of their previous selves. Research is ongoing as to whether this condition is reversible. Type C, shaded objects, similar to Type B, except that inanimate objects are solely to be used as destructive tools, like the fucking tractor. Each type seems to work toward a shared goal, possibly targeting certain individuals, which may imply a shared link to a hive mind intelligence or something like that. The threat this entity poses warrants immediate exploration of offensive defensive measures. The investigation sector is being outfitted with additional lighting sources, some internally powered, to prepare for the eventuality of an altercation, I guess.
My understanding of the darkness
Here's
is
Hartman.
fragmented, incomplete. This abyss, this void, it very much does not wish to be understood. If light symbolizes knowledge, then it stands to reason that darkness would equate to ignorance. By its very nature, it abhors comprehension. Of course, my own nature drives me to comprehend all. We are opposing forces, destined to collide. And given this conflict of natures, we know that the light of truth will burn away the darkness, both figuratively and literally. Any significant light source can be used as protection, even weaponry, against this metaphysical gloom. And then there are the artists. I know for a fact that Tom, Wake, the Anderson brothers, and Lane all had some involvement with the darkness. The question is whether their uncanny ability to affect
Is the
reality
Anderson
through
brothers
their
from
art
Alan Wake?
beckons the darkness, or did their work perhaps even create it? With Wake now secure in my lodge, I expect I shall grow closer to learning the answers to these questions. Assuming he cooperates, which is proving quite the challenge. Well, perseverance is the foundation of knowledge. Speaking of, I must be off on my round.
Oh, the old gods of Asgard. Okay. I did notice there was like Odin or something, right, in one of the captured things. I was wondering, is that like the tied to the old gods of Asgard? But let's go. I'm very curious to getting to the musical number in Alan Wake 2, the one they performed at the Game Awards. Oh shit. Like map of the US. USA. Excuse me, lads. I have documents to read. Black Market. Compiled by David Gleason, Special Investigator for Remy Dennis. The illegal altered item market. Yeah, may make sense. Black market film. A black market hub specializing in the trade of occult talismans, relics, and other assorted ceremonial objects, as well as genuine altered and paranatural materials, was raided in somewhere in the Czech Republic by a team of special investigators. Unsuccessful attempts by suspects to escape using altered items resulted in numerous casualties and prevented the Bureau from questioning all participants. The following interrogations revealed not only there is a vast network of these retailers, but they seem to be gathering information on altered items and other paranatural materials from sources unknown to the Bureau. The Bureau's concern here is threefold. A, there's a growing underground market for paranatural materials, which implies a growing awareness of their existence among a niche group of the general public. B, these criminal individuals do not seem to be aware of the item's paranatural powers, and their attempts to activate them could prove devastating if done in populated areas. And C, the motivations of these collectors are largely unknown. Get him. Bye, lads. A NASA cooperation review? Oh shit, stuff in space now, boys. Oh, we are fucked. Huh? Interagency cooperation decision regarding NASA. Following the NASA-FBC Coordination Agreement of 1972, the Bureau has provided NASA with numerous technological advancements based on our research, including the black rock lining now found in all spacefaring vessels. That's kind of cool. In return, all data gathered during space missions is made available for Bureau researchers to analyze. Recently, certain individuals have raised the concern this relationship does not adequately benefit the Bureau either intellectually or financially. A thorough examination of the costs accrued by both organizations has shown that the expense of NASA's recent launch of the Something far outweighs any spending related to the processing and delivering of black rock. From its medium Earth orbit, the Something will provide the Bureau with an unparalleled resource for remotely monitoring and photographing AWE sites, a resource that will be lost if the partnership ends. It is the opinion of this committee that maintaining a cooperative relationship with our colleagues at NASA is of vital importance. Let's go. Yeah, cool world building. Bozo. Boom. Much appreciated, lads. They fly now. Interrogation complaint. Kirkland. So you put me on desk duty because I just because I did the thing that was fucking hired to do my job? Want to know what I call that? Bullshit. Asking us to interrogate these scum without using words like altered items or AWEs or power criminal is the stupidest thing I've heard in my life, and I've heard some fucking stupid things. They already know the facts. Hell, they know just as much of us as us, if not more. And they get to stare laughing at us while we dance around our words, trying not to leak classified terminology. They already know the fucking terminology. If you think pulling me off the case will stop me, then think again. That piece of shit blew up those tracks. He killed those people all to make a train turn altered. We have him dead to rights, and you need to let me back in that interrogation cell so I can get him to flip on his bodies. These people are terrorists and deserve to be treated as such. This won't stop unless we stop them. You can go ahead and put me on suspension and see if that slows me down, Agent Hewitt. I'm just realizing, fucking Badonkong's next week, isn't it? It's like Thursday of next week. I mean, these 4 comic videos aren't going to be out by then, boys, so... Gonna need to have a chat in the next few days, like do we just like, if we can adequately guess that they're gonna be out relatively soonish, do we announce the book on Thursday and just say that the comics will be coming out soon, and if you've never read the comics, to wait for them and then read the book? That's probably going to be the best thing. Guess we'll see come later next week.
Agent Fisher, day 6 inside the motel. Utilized surveillance methods are as follows. Fiber optic cameras slid under the individual room doors. Motion detectors in the lobby area. Tripwire, triggering a flash camera across the main entrance. Even fingerprint powder on the front desk. Results are varying at best. But mostly just... inconclusive and unusable. The footage is corrupted.
There's no way they're getting them out in the next few days. They haven't even recorded the High Republic Adventures yet, so...
I think this place is making...
I assume they recorded the High Republic Volume 1 today. I don't know for certain. They're meant to, anyway.
Behind the closed doors. I could hear the call bell going ding multiple times a day, but when I look, there's no one there.
Might message Eric tonight after stream.
I know I'm supposed to stay out of sight, but I've seen the doors closing just before I can catch even a glimpse of anyone or anything. They're messing with me, whoever they are. I think... Wait, shh. There's something.
It's alright for me and you, because we've read the comics and we've read the books, so it's all like
the cable out. Come on, you fiber optic fuck, cooperate. Okay, there we go.
If people are going along for the first time, right, and they're following the comics as...
Right.
Oh.
That was faint, but I definitely heard movement coming from the hallway.
It was done. It hasn't stopped yet.
I might have finally caught one. Ha! The recording better work this time, or I swear to God, I'll... What? Hello? Who's there?
Oof.
Oh, shit. I'm with the FBC. Move away from the door. I have a... Where's my...
Mod check. Hello? I'm gonna start talking again now and the fucking audio's gonna come back. Yeah, we just want people who are following the comics for the first time to have as much time as possible to read The Rising Storm. That's really all. But if they're going to come out way later, then they're going to have, maybe people are going to have, what, like a week to read The Rising Storm, a couple of days, and it's like, that's not enough. But I guess we'll see. We're not going to end up in this situation again. This situation is kind of like special because it's really cramped, right, in terms of the time, just because we want to get to the Rising Storm out for the Acolyte stuff. Or you can just read the comic themselves. Are you talking like Blind Wave or the viewers? So we're not gonna end up in this situation again. Like, I'm gonna have it now, so like we'll never be the viewer. Yeah. We're never gonna end up in a situation again where people are like being like the guys being forced to try and get something out before a certain time. It's literally just because it would be good to have the Rising Storm as our discussion for June while we're in the middle of the Acolyte. Every other situation we're gonna be completely fine. But yeah, like, so that's probably what I'm gonna say is like. So yeah, it's like what? It's Friday today, so it's what, 6 days until the podcast. I don't know if they've recorded today. And then it's not that important to have read them until Rising Storm. More important for Crash Point. I mean, kind of. Don't they talk in the Rising Storm that Avar is off fighting the Drengir? I'm pretty sure they confirm that. So, I guess that's why she's not on Valo. But like, so I think what we're gonna say. So there's 6 days until the podcast, until Badonkagonk. I don't know for a fact they've recorded the High Republic Volume 1 today. They were supposed to. I'll try and confirm later. More of a tease and a spot. No, I don't know. Because you don't really know the Drengir are back, apart from that. Because you think they're gone into the dark. Supposedly, anyway. Yeah, I think what I'll say is I'll ask Eric to get recording today. Ask if they know when they're recording the High Republic Adventures. And then I think what I'll suggest is like on Thursday we'll talk about Queen's Peril. Hopefully they had a good time with it, because I really liked it. And Aaron recently watched The Phantom Menace in the cinema for the anniversary, so hopefully that experience goes really well. Like they'll have Aaron who's watched the film recently, and Eric who maybe hasn't, and they can talk about that. I hope they had a good time with it. Then we will announce the next book as The Rising Storm, and then we'll get the guys to say, and I'll probably write a little thing. Like, so far in the High Republic, we've done Light of the Jedi, A Test of Courage, Into the Dark. Before you read this book, The Rising Storm, you want to read Volume 1 of the High Republic from 2021, and Volume 1 of the High Republic Adventures from 2021 also. We on the channel, so, like, it's really just important that the guys read those comics before they start reading the book. So that's why I want to find out when they're doing High Republic Adventures. But so we'll say, like, next book is The Rising Storm. We've done this so far with Donkey Gonk. Before you read this book, you want to read these 2 comic volumes. Eric and I have read them, or we're going to be reading them. The videos will come out on the channel before we discuss this book. If you want to wait and experience the comics for the first time with the videos, you can, but you will only have a limited amount of time to read the book, or read the comics in your own time. You'll have as much time to read the book as possible, and then you can just you can experience the comics again with the videos. That's probably the way it'll be. I think also a lot of people who are eagerly awaiting the High Republic stuff specifically have already read the comics, but it's just covering our bases, really. So I'll probably put this all if I can get Eric chatting. Like, it depends if there's any reply to my first message tonight. If I can get Eric in a conversation, I'll probably go through all this. But yeah, like, we'll never be in this situation again. It's really just this one's kind of rushed to try and have our what's the yucky kind of, like, I'm saying this ironically, yeah, like, have our corporate synergy going, you know. I can't even remember how you do the melee. There we go. That's the fucking janitor's music playing again. Oh.
I don't feel right. Something in this darkness is draining me.
Yep. We're an Almec now, boys, so. box.
Now what?
Oh shit.
What is that?
There he is.
Come on, elevator.
So you don't like the light. I can use that.
Ah! Okay, we need another power brick. Oh. So yeah, hopefully I can get a conversation going tonight and try and iron some of this out. Yeah, I didn't see it there. Okay, the one over there. Got another one. Okay, and then one over there too. Oof. I wonder by the time we get to my planned series of Inquisitor related stories, is the full Inquisitor comic miniseries going to be done and I can just slot it in there too? Which doesn't start until like later this year. I have that relatively soon though, that like Inquisitor block of stuff, especially after some of the conversations in Tales of the Empire. I think they will benefit from having these stories. Oh, a document. Hartman background. Remy Denny, William Kirkland. Findings report regarding Dr. Emil Hartman. Dr. Emil Hartman is an academic psychotherapist that owned and operated a recovery center in Washington, focused on the treatment of artists struggling with creative blocks and other mental disorders. Publicly, Dr. Hartman's treatment center seemed unremarkable in its methods and purpose. Privately, however, Dr. Hartman was abusing his patients in order to utilize any latent... This isn't the fucking place that, isn't there a part in Alan Wake where you go to like a center or something like that? Dr. Hartman was abusing his patients in order to utilize any latent psychological abilities, paranormal abilities they may possess, with the aim of shaping reality to his own benefit, which earned him a Class 2 power criminal designation. Note for more on the link between artists and their ability to warp reality through artistic mediums, see file, blah, blah. Investigation has proven that Dr. Hartman's illegal endeavors were conducted alone. After being approached by the Bureau during the something investigation... Is Dr. Hartman from Alan Wake? I seem to recall Dr. Hartman from Alan Wake. Yes, he is. I knew it. I knew I recognized that name. Yeah, because there's a part in Alan Wake where you go to like a lodge, kind of like center. So he's the guy from Alan Wake then. Very cool. Okay. So we're directly getting an Alan Wake follow-up story here in terms of like one of the villains from Alan Wake. They dived into the lake and got possessed by the darkness. That's really cool. Eric even specifically asked for a story about a Jedi struggling to fit into that box, which is exactly what Escat's. Yeah, I really like Escat's story. I think it's very, very good. Investigation. After being approached by the Bureau during the... Yes, I assume this is after being approached by the Bureau during the Bright Falls investigation. He displayed no remorse or intention to cease his actions. Dr. Hartman was taken into custody, evaluated and released X months later, having been deemed a negligible threat. His medical license had been permanently revoked. And anyone fucking jumped in the lake. Oh yeah, there he is.
Yeah, how do you like that?
Yeah, run a clinics for artists struggling with writer's block. Midway through the game, he tries to gaslit Alan and thinking everything was only happening in his head. In the end, it turns out he was only trying to use him and other power utilitarians to get rich or something. That probably didn't add to my confusion of the game, but yes, I did remember him at least.
Man, what are you doing in investigations?
Jesus, don't scare me like that, Langston.
If you're talking right now, I can't hear you. It's a one-way system. Try
Sorry,
to
you're
find
gonna crackle.
an intercom.
Bright Falls, AWE. There we go.
Langston, it's me, Jesse.
I know. I can see you on the monitors. The cameras in there haven't worked since we sealed that sector off a couple years back.
Let me guess. You sealed it because of the monster guy.
Wait, did you see Dr. Hartman? Jesus, I really wish you hadn't opened that fire break. Okay, listen, you need to find Hartman and kill him before he gets out into the Bureau.
That thing is a person?
We've read about him.
He was a person. We brought him here to study after he was, altered in an AWE. I forget the medical word for what happened, but now light physically hurts him. Do you have a flashlight?
No.
A lantern? Headlamp? Oh yeah, flare gun. Oh, Christmas lights. You could wrap them around your...
I don't have any of those, Langston.
Shit. Okay, well, I'm sure you'll think of something.
Thanks.
I'll keep an eye on you from the Panopticon. This is kind of exciting, right?
Maybe from where you're standing.
Right, okay. Well, break a leg. Oh, why did I say that?
Okay, this Hartman thing can't have gotten very far.
Familiar methodologies fed off Hartman.
Let's go flush him out. Langston was right. This is kind of
It's
exciting.
just nice to have someone to talk to, you know?
Yep.
Ever since I got put in charge of the Panopticon, people treat me different, like I'm crazy for wanting to work with altered items. People just don't understand the altered items like I do, you know? I don't want to brag, but it does
From
take
Morrow.
a very empathetic mind to connect with the items.
Doesn't
Still, I
want to
don't know why
brag.
people are making it so personal.
Right.
I mean, the teams in research handle paranatural materials every day.
Ego
and
limited.
No one thinks they're weird. Well, maybe that's not true. Darling is famous for being a bit out there, but
True.
when he's weird, it's charming. Altered items really aren't that frightening once you get to know them. If you figure out what they like or don't like, you know, what sets them off, then there's nothing to worry about. I guess at the end of the day, we're still just wild.
Excuse me. Get rid of some of these small ones again.
Animals scared of our own shadows. We're supposed to be on the same team, but sometimes it feels like it's every department
Langston
for
is
themselves,
fucking yapping,
like it's
isn't
a race, and we're all trying to be number one. If it is a race, though, I'd say Darling is a mile ahead of everyone else. He was Trench's golden boy for years.
Alright. Yeah, look at the Blind Wave comics. And also in like envisioning how many videos are gonna be each. So we have the High Republic Volume 1, issues 1 to 5, High Republic Adventures 1 to 5. So 2 videos each, I assume. And that gets us the Rising Storm and Race to Crash Point Tower, which we'll do ideally back to back at the end of June and the end of July. And then after that, we're going into like the post Return of the Jedi stuff. So we're going to do Kanan issue 1 to 6, which is volume 1, so maybe 2 videos. Kanan issue 7 to 12, 2 videos, I assume. Princess Leia issue 1 to 5, 2 videos again, I assume. Shattered Empire 1 to 4, 2 videos. And then that gets us like a fuckload of books like added to the list. We got like the Aftermath trilogy, Lost Stars, Poe Dameron Freefall, Phasma, Galaxy's Edge, Black Spire, Crash of Fate. Oh, that's fucking loads. Then after that, we're going to do the one video on the High Republic that I have marked as Race to Crash Point Tower to Out of the Shadows, which is The High Republic Adventures Free Comic Book Day with the one with Ram during the Rising Storm. Alphabet Squadron, I have later, I believe. I'll tell you why in a second. So from Race to Crash Point Tower to Out of the Shadows, we're going to have... we have the Free Comic Book Day for High Republic Adventures, where Ram meeting the Starhopper crew. There's the High Republic issue 6, and the High Republic Adventures issue 6, and that unlocks Out of the Shadows. The TIE Fighter comic. Yeah, it's not really unrelated. It's actually very related. So you'll find out how close it is now. So we'll do that one, right? So that we unlock Out of the Shadows. So that's more High Republic. So I'm ideally bouncing back and forth between High Republic. So then after Out of the Shadows, we're doing the Inquisitor set. Like I've named my blocks. We're doing the Inquisitor set, which is going to be Lando, 1-5, 2 videos. Jedi of the Republic Mace Windu, 1-5, 2 videos. Then the whole Darth Vader 2017 run. We're probably looking at 8 videos from that. Then that unlocks Inquisitor Rise of the Red Blade, and then also we're going to do the Rise of Kylo Ren. Really, I would just like them to experience the bleeding of the Kyber crystal from Darth Vader's. Yes, they've seen it with Dagan Gera, but like in terms of comic form, you see it with Darth Vader, and then you get it with Kylo Ren. That'll introduce them to... Doesn't Lando find Momin's mask in the Lando comics? Shouldn't that be after Vader then? Lando was first. So like the way the story was told is that Lando finds the mask, and you don't really know anything about it, and then you get the context on it. So that's the way I'm going to be presenting it to them. So then we'll do... so we've got Rise of Kylo Ren, so they'll see the... So we've got the Vader bleeding the crystal, then we've got Kylo Ren. They'll meet Ren and the Knights of Ren. I believe that's also when Ben meets Snoke on the Amaxine station. And we'll have had Into the Dark. They've read Into the Dark, so I'll be putting little... Because I'm doing like every notes for every issue. There's a station for Into the Dark. They're probably feeling the Drengir, which is confirmed in later stuff. Well, not really confirmed, but like... No spoilers, but in Hidden Empire, when certain characters go back to that station, they feel the dark energy, very much implied to be the Drengir and everything like that. Very, very cool. Then after that, we're going more High Republic. To tell you, don't worry, I am forgetting the High Republic. We're going to do as much as possible without burning them out. They just don't know it. So we're going to do the Monster of Temple Peak 1-4. So I guess we're going to have already ordered the Monster of Temple Peak book by then, because it has the annual in it, which we fucking need earlier. So we're going to do Monster of Temple Peak 1-4. Then we're going to do the Out of the Shadows 2 Tempest Runner set of comics, which is the High Republic 7 and 8, High Republic Adventures number 7, and Edge of Balance Volume 1. Don't know how Edge of Balance is going to work in terms of videos just yet. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to read through Edge of Balance again and find like stopping points for, because they're long enough. Like we're talking maybe 3 videos for a volume of Edge of Balance. So I'm going to go through that, and then that's going to do unlock Tempest Runner. We'll do Tempest Runner for a Badonka-Gonk. And obviously these aren't always going to align with Badonka-Gonk, so these are like the stuff that's being unlocked, and then we have like the list of, like, if I ever need to skip over any of these sections, I will, but I've got it all kind of planned. Then after that, we're going to do the Alphabet Squadron section, which is Lando Double or Nothing 1-5. Not massively related, but it's just finding a natural place to put it in. Then Han Solo Imperial Cadet 1-5, 2 videos for each probably. Then we're going to do Target Vader 1-5. Then TIE Fighter. And then the Alphabet Squadron trilogy. So that is like the... Lando Double or Nothing is in there because it's paired with Han Solo Imperial Cadet. And then the subsequent comics are all about like Han and his like flight mates, right? Because we got like the in Han Solo Imperial Cadet, you have like the twins or whatever. One of them goes to become part of Shadow Wing, which we see in TIE Fighter. Valance is one of them, right? Who we'll see in Target Vader. And then we get at the end of TIE Fighter, you see Irika, which will go into the Alphabet Squadron books where they're hunting Shadow Wing. That's gonna be that section. I'm very excited about that one. Noodle and I haven't read. Yeah, I'm looking forward to the Valance stuff. So we'll get Target Vader then, and then they're probably not going to see Valance for a while. But yeah, we'll do. Noodle and I haven't read Shadowfall and Victory's Price yet, so we'll read them around that time. Then more High Republic. We've got Tempest Runner to Mission to Disaster, which is High Republic issues 9 to 11. That's a video in itself. High Republic Adventures 8 to 10. There's a video. The High Republic Adventures Annual from 2021. I think that's the one with like... Oh no, here's the annual. Oh, the other one was the free comic book day. Okay, so the annual is now. Right, okay. This is the one with like Crash and everything, I think, right? Okay, so we don't need to order the fucking Monster of Temple Peak book then until we're doing Monster of Temple Peak. Okay, that works out fine. And then also the first 2 issues of Trail of Shadows. And then that pings Mission to Disaster. And then I'm like, we're not stopping, hey? Then we're going to do more High Republic, which is the Mission to Disaster to the Fallen Star. So this is after they've read Mission to Disaster, so this might get delayed until they read that. Stella meeting Vernestra and something else. Yep. So then we're going to do the High Republic issue 12. So there's a lot of like singular issues here, so we're going to need to group them in some way. So it's the High Republic issue 12. The High Republic, the Galactic Bake Off. High Republic Adventures 11 to 13. Trail of Shadows number 3. And the High Republic number 13. I can't remember why we have issues 12 and 13 separated by so much. I don't know if you can remember off the top of your head, Olo, because it's a bit awkward for the video filming. We'll find a way if it was necessary. I believe it's this way on your list. And then that's going to ping the Fallen Star, Padawan, and the Living Force. Then after that, we've got a bunch of assorted miniseries. We've got Jedi Fallen Order Dark Temple, Obi-Wan and Anakin, Chewbacca, Han Solo, Captain Phasma. Issues 12 and 13 of the Phase 1 main comic. They're like separated by like the Bake Off Spectacular, issues 11 to 13 of High Republic Adventures, and issue 3 of Trail of Shadows, and then issue 13. I can't remember why they're separated. But yeah, we've got a bunch of miniseries, and then we've got what I'm deeming as the Fallen Star to Midnight Horizon, which is Edge of Balance Volume 2. I Have the Storm issue 1, and the issues 4 and 5 of Trail of Shadows. And then we unlock Midnight Horizon. And then we got the more High Republic, which is the end of Phase 1, which is the Midnight Horizon to the end of Phase 1 section, which is the Free Comic Book Day epilogue for Lula and the second issue of I Have the Storm. Issue 13 is the attack on the Nile base, which coincides with the start of Fallen Star. Right. Would it work if... Wait. So... Attack on the Nile base, which coincides with the start of the Falling Star. So we have... Okay, yes, so right. Yes. Right. I can see now. Would it work having issues 12 and 13 beside each other? So, like, this way, right? So, where they captured Lorna. Yes, okay. Would it work if we did... Ayward fucking cuts her hand off, yeah. Would it work if we had the Bake Off Spectacular... the High Republic Adventures 11 to 13, which I think finishes that run, right? Then Trail of Shadows number 3, and then the High Republic 12 and 13 together. Because what we could do in terms of then for a video is we could have one video would be I'm just trying to remember what happens in the order. Probably would issue 12 starts with Starlight Beacon being towed to Dalnar. I'm looking at that and I'm seeing a character from Stormlight Archive. That's why they're separated by so much. Right. When you're saying it probably would, do you mean it probably would work or probably would like feel weird? Because what we could do for a video is, so they read Mission to Disaster. Right, I see what you're saying, right? Because like Dalna, that's right. Yeah, I see what you're saying, because yeah, it gets towed, and then I need to reread a lot of the ending of these runs as well. I just want to make them work in terms, because they're going to be grouped in terms of 2s or 3s for videos, right? And if we have like issue 12 and then the Bake Off Spectacular, they're going to be jumping around a lot, but like in terms of like, so you know the YouTube video was called Son of Dathomir Part 1, Son of Dathomir Part 2. These little like High Republic blocks are going to have their own names as well. 12 starts right at the end of Mission to Disaster. 13 starts like a day before the Fallen Star. Right, so it does make sense then that the Bake Off Spectacular, 11 to 13 of High Republic Adventures, and Trail of Shadows issue 3 happen between those events. Right, okay. So we're going to need to come up with, if you can feel free to put in any input as well, for like little names for these blocks as well. So like what we could do then, I guess, and they're going to have like 3 paperbacks in front of them anyway, and they're going to be jumping between them anyway. I'll have prepped them all on this. So what we could do then, yeah, is video 1 could be High Republic issue 12 and the Bake Off Spectacular, which is like the starting of the block, I guess. So it's like, yeah, it's Starlight being towed, the baking. Video 2 could be High Republic Adventures 11, 12, 13. And then video 3 of this block could be Trail of Shadows issue 3 and High Republic issue 13. We could do that. The Calm Before Storm. I like it too. Yeah, so like to give you an idea of all the different blocks that need names. So the current one, the High Republic and the High Republic Adventures, they're fine because they are the full volumes. They will just be the High Republic Volume 1, Part 1, and Part 2. High Republic Adventures Part 1, Part 2. So the blocks that we need is, it's also hard because I don't remember exactly what happens in each issue. It's between Race to Crash Point Tower and Out of the Shadows, which is just issue 6 of the 2 series, and the free comic book day. So we need one for that. Between Out of the Shadows and Tempest Runner, which is 7 and 8 of the main comic, 7 of Adventures, and Edge of Balance. Tempest Runner to Mission to Disaster, which is 9, 10, 11 of the main, 8, 9, 10 of Adventures, the Adventures Annual, and Trail of Shadows 1 and 2. So just, not asking you to think it right now, but just to know how many we have to work on. We can work on them together. And then the Calm Before the Storm, I guess, which is Mission to Disaster to the Fallen Star. Yep. And then we have like the Fallen Star to Mission to Disaster, or to Midnight Horizon, and then Midnight Horizon to the end. So we can come up with some fun names. But yeah, I think that'll work then, is that we'll split that section into those 3 segments. Which will be issue 12 and the Bake Off Spectacular, the end of High Republic Adventures on its own video, and then Trail of Shadows issue 3 and the High Republic 13 in their video before we hit the Fallen Star. That sounds perfect. I've also worked out everything for all the ongoing stuff as well, up to recent, and we're going to have I don't know if you remember this, but the Dark Droids arc, the crossover, I know we haven't been playing for a little bit, we've been yapping. We're going to need to find a save point. When the Dark Droids crossover ends, there's only 1 issue left of both Bounty Hunters and Dr. Aphra, so that's going to be a video. It's going to be the final issues of each of those, and so the video will be Bounty Hunters 42 and Dr. Aphra 40. That'll be one video, and we can have hopefully have a big talk about both series in that video, and that'll be a lot of fun. Because then obviously like Star Wars and Darth Vader continue on after. But that video should hopefully be fun. That's quite a one. That's very far off. Yeah, very, very far off. Alright, let's try and find a save point here. But yeah, I have planned like up that far as well.
He was Trench's golden boy for years, but that relationship has gotten pretty tense, or so I've heard through the grapevine. Not that I'd spread rumors, just You know,
Langston.
people talk. Not me, though. I keep my nose to the grind. Too much work to do to focus on those kinds of things. I need to stay focused so I can get my work done and get home to feed Alfred.
He's
Of course,
just gonna talk
I
forever,
can always
isn't
make
he?
it home for mealtime, so I have my neighbor check in on Alfred at 7 o'clock if I'm not back yet. She's very nice.
Hope Alfred's an animal.
Maria. She's older. She came to New York in the 50s to attend school and has been here ever since.
God. Whenever we do get to the ongoing stuff as well, the videos are going to be split by story arc. So, for example, when we get to... So, the first one will be the Star Wars from 2015. No. That's actually not correct. I was going to say, I assume it's a cat. The first one's actually going to be the Darth Vader, right? From 2017. That's the first one that actually has story arcs. So, the videos themselves are going to be like The Chosen One, Part 1. The Chosen One, Part 2, because that's 6 issues. The Dying Light, Part 1, Part 2, because that's 4 issues. The Rule of 5 is going to be 1 video. That's 2 issues. Burning Seas is like a good number of issues. That might be 3 videos. And then Fortress Vader is going to be a few videos. So the video YouTube titles are not going to be like Volume 1, Part 1, Volume 1, Part 2. It's going to be the arc names themselves. So that's gonna be good fun. So that'll be the first one then. To have the story arcs and the title will be Darth Vader 2017.
She has a couple of kids.
Okay. I'm going to end Control for today. Good progress. We beat the Foundation, and AWE is quite interesting. We had a good Star Wars yap as well. So I'm going to try and get on a conversation with Eric today as well and find out about the stuff for next week. So thanks for watching Control. We will continue AWE tomorrow afternoon and make some good progress as well. So thanks for hanging out today. Much appreciated. And yeah, catch you later. Bye-bye.